goal line. Any drag route down on the goal line is excellent play.
Woodson looking for room to run, and that's just an example of just how strong he is. He's going to be short of the first down by about a yard. It's going to bring up about a 4th and 1. What a great run after being hit. Second effort by Adrian.
Well, they went for it down here before on 4th down and short. Looks like they're going to go again.
Mark, you talked about Adrian Woodson's quickness. That's a prime example right there. He goes, he scrambles, he gets into heavy traffic right up the middle. The next thing you do, you see him, and you look up, he's skirting along the left sidelines here and makes good yardage.
Well, Adrian makes so many decisions that are correct during the course of a ball game, and that's so critical for a quarterback. Last week, Adrian, I don't think, had very many plays that he did not make exactly the correct decision.
Okay, Temple is going to let the clock run down to 0, and that ends the third quarter here at San Angelo, Texas. Temple Wildcats on top, 42-14. Stay tuned. We'll be back for quarter number 4 right after this.
King's Daughters Hospital announces something really worth celebrating. It's the Women's Connection, a special program at King's Daughters, especially for women. With healthcare services, seminars, classes, support groups, and much more. Even a special information line just for women. The Women's Connection. All kinds of services for all kinds of women. To find out more, call the Women's Connection today.
G. Willie's now has the most exciting game in Central Texas. QB1, the interactive TV game where you play along during live professional and college football games and can compete for valuable prizes nationally. Large portions of great food and a lively and entertaining atmosphere sure to please the entire family. G. Willie's, with the largest big-screen TV in Central Texas and the only place you can play along with QB1, the interactive TV game. G. Willie's, just east of the mall on the Loop, Temple.
Welcome back to the fourth and final quarter between the San Angelo Central Bobcats and the Temple Wildcats. Our score, Temple Wildcats 42, San Angelo 14.
A big 4th down play by the Wildcats, 4th and 1, and they convert the first down. A give to Neville Malone for a gain inside the 10, down to the 7.
Well, offensive line's not looking so good tonight. Neville Malone running real hard.
First and goal from that point for the Wildcats. Woodson calls the signals and gives again to Malone up the middle. He's inside the 5, down to about the 3. Mark, you mentioned the offensive line. They're doing an outstanding job tonight. Protection and opening up good running lanes for the running back. I know Coach Jim Taylor must be very pleased with the play of the offensive line. I know you also play with Coach Taylor at the University of Houston.
Jim Taylor is a great technique coach. He walked on at the University of Houston and made the team, and he did it blocking on two 280-pound All-Americans, Jose Taylor and Leonard Mitchell. So Jim knows how to coach technique.
Second down and goal, the gives to Malone. He's going to be stopped short. The touchdown, he's down inside the 3, close to the 2. 10 minutes and 55 seconds left in this fourth and final quarter. Temple on top, 42-14, and threatening inside the central 5-yard line.
It's probably not too early now to say that we need to start talking about looking ahead next week, which should be a fantastic football game featuring the Temple Wildcats traveling to San Antonio to play San Antonio Converse Judson. And what a matchup that'll be.
Touchdown Temple. Woodson keeps on the option around the right side. Cliff, I wasn't ignoring you there. I wanted to wait and see Woodson cross the goal line there before we started talking about Judson. Okay, I do feel a little bit better now. 10 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Woodson touchdown up the score to 48-14, and the try after from Danny Magana. No, you're right, Cliff. You know, and Judson can be ranked very, very high. Depends on the result of this Friday's games. We could have a number 1 and number 2 or number 3 matchup all over again.
Very possible, very possible. Converse Judson, for those of you who just follow high school football occasionally, has consistently been in the playoffs over the years, especially the last decade, and they are always in the top 10.
after is good. That moves the score to Temple 49. And San Angelo Central 14 with 10 minutes and 25 seconds left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back right after this.
One dealer, one event, one price. It's the Johnson Brothers Ford One Price Clearance Sale, where we've received our final huge shipment of 92s, and they're all one price to save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Like the 92 full-size trucks, regular and super cab models. Johnson Brothers has over 100 F-Series in stock, and every one price includes a just-announced $1,000 factory rebate. Or choose from our large selection of 92 Ranger super cabs, all one price before you get here to save you money. Johnson Brothers Ford. Take the Adams Avenue exit off I-35 in Temple.
Welcome back, everybody, to Bobcat Stadium here in San Angelo, Texas. The number one ranked Temple Wildcats with 10 minutes and 25 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Moved the score to 49-14 over a good Central team. This has been a very, very impressive night for the Wildcats, both offensively and defensively.
Well, you know, they've overcome a lot tonight. They had a great game last week, big game, drained them emotionally. They got label number one this week, which is great, but it also gets your best shot from the opposing team. And then they had the long ride in here to play away from home. So I think they've done an outstanding job tonight.
Temple kicks it, squibs it, and Central is unable to mount any type of return. They're stopped inside the 30-yard line or right at the 30-yard line. The Bobcats will have it 1st and 10 from that point. First and 10 now for the Bobcats. From their own 30, make it 31-yard line. 10 minutes and 20 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Montgomery drops back. He's under pressure again. He's going to get it off. And it's going to be complete and then dropped. Incomplete, I'm sorry, in and out of the hand of number 10, Elliott Bowman. Incomplete, brings up a second down.
David Atkinson on a big hit there.
I was just going to say that the Bowman, there are two on the team, are splendid athletes. And it's too bad he really didn't catch that football because it was well thrown and a well-executed play. And it shows you the strength of Montgomery's arm. He really does have a strong arm, surprisingly strong.
Central in their double slot formation. Montgomery will run the veer. Left side, he cuts up into an opening. Again.
Great play that time by Tony Lott, number 42. He had a blocker in his face, and he still made the tackle. It was a fine play by Tony.
That'll move the chains for the Bobcats. Quarterback Ben Montgomery keeping on a quarterback option for a gain of 13. Up to the 45. 1st and 10 for Central at that point. Here's the give to Vinny Jones, brought down after a 2.
I think that was Stephen Thompson, number 85, in there on the tackle that time.
You know, in many respects, the San Angelo Central offensive game plan is somewhat of a mirror image of Temple. They try to spread them out with the passes and then come back with a little short burst, you know, up the middle. The difference has been the defensive pursuit. The Temple defensive pursuit is just outstanding tonight.
Double slots again for Central at their own 46, second down and about 8. Motion to the right side and a quick pass out to Ryan King. Oh, and Greg Steele misses him, but he's got some help.
That's a perfect example of what you're talking about, Cliff. They made the first down, but did you notice how the defense just swarmed to the football and kept coming that time? That could have been a lot bigger play than it was.
Well, that was just a great second effort on his part once he caught the pass, too. And he actually caught the pass late.
That'll move the chains again for the Bobcats. They're inside Temple territory now. They're at the 43, 1st and 10. 8 minutes and 54 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Here's Montgomery up the middle. He fumbles. Does he get it back?
Fumble the football.
I think he probably recovered his own fumble there, and that was the result of just a hard hit.
Well, it's also a result of a great second effort on his part. I'm really impressed with his ability to keep hanging in there.
Well, here's a piece of bad news for San Angelo Central fans. Quarterback Ben Montgomery's down. We certainly hope that he's not injured seriously at all. We never like to see any of these young men down on the field get hurt. But Ben Montgomery has been the spark plug. I'll tell you what you're going to see. You're going to see Ben Montgomery, if he's not severely injured, gets back into this game. You're going to see Ben Montgomery has some pretty impressive passing statistics this season.
I think
Too good to be ignored.
he's a fine passer. He's got, like you said earlier, Cliff, just an extremely strong arm and is able to throw the deep passes.
Yeah, I've been real impressed with quarterback Ben Montgomery, and it's been a real gutsy performance tonight.
Well, he's going to come out at least temporarily. How long that will be, we don't know. But he's walking off the field, limping a little bit. May have just got the bell wrong. I don't know. We certainly hope it's not serious. It would appear that number 10 going in for quarterback, I believe that's Elliott Bowman. I don't know whether he's going to be quarterback or
Yes,
not.
it is. You're right, Cliff. Number 10, Elliott Bowman, a sophomore, comes in to replace Ben Montgomery with 8 minutes and 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Central faces a second down and 5 from the Temple 38. New quarterback. Bowman runs the veer. He's going to be to the outside. He's got good running room. Be dragged down by Greg Steele, but not until after he's picked up a first down.
Well, if you thought Montgomery was quick, what about Bowman?
Well, Bowman, it's not exactly like he's coming in cold. He's been playing wide receiver for most of the ball game, and he's a very exciting player.
And he's only a sophomore. This is a young San Angelo team.
It really is, especially in the defensive secondary. They're extremely young.
Here's the veer give this time. Up across the 25, inside the 25. That'll bring up second down and 8. Stopped by Mark Churchwell that time for Temple. 7 minutes and 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
We might take a time out here to talk about the assistant coaches, Don Davis, Raymond Bennett, David Beal, Larry Haynes, Jim Taylor, Brent Southworth, John Kramer, Gus Hayes, Todd Stevens, George Johnson, Don Hood, Martino, the athletic trainer, Mike Lessman, and managers are Andrew Shull and Jamie Johnson. I mention these names because they do a great job and put in awful long hours.
That they do, Cliff. Elliott Bowman had the ball slip out of his hands. It did go forward. It was ruled an incomplete pass. That'll bring up third down. It does stop the clock with 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Central once again in a double slot. They're going to run the veer. Bowman's going to keep. He's going to wiggle, but he's not going to break free of a host of Temple Wildcats. Priest Thomas.
And I believe Stephen Thompson was in there on that play as well. We've got Eric Adams in the ball game at left cornerback, I believe, right now. Checked in the ball game. Junior, 150 pounds. Tony Lott and the wide receiver for San Angelo have had a real battle this evening. Number 81, Ryan King, and they've been really getting after each other as they go downfield. Again, number 81 has not given up, even though it's 49-14.
Greg Norman, number 12 for Temple, in his strong safety. Bowman will drop back to pass, looking for running room. He's going to keep it. He's going to bring it down, and he's going to have the first down. A great athletic job by sophomore Elliott Bowman for the Central Bobcats. He's inside or close to the 15.
I'll tell you that time, the Wildcats were lucky they didn't get tagged with a late hit. I don't think it was deliberate, but in his enthusiasm, he got to him right on the line. And that, again, is a judgment call by the officials.
Well, he tried to hold up there, Cliff, a little bit, and he didn't spare him or anything like that, and I think that's why the official didn't call it on that play.
If you enjoyed the Temple High School band, you can thank some of these band officers. They really do a yeoman's job. Jill Jackson is the president. David Knepp, the assistant drum major, Joel Bolton, head drum major, Jenny Bickerman, who's the vice president. Todd Latham is the treasurer, Wendy Adams is the reporter, Jamia Beamer, the secretary, and Ashley Christ, or the historian. Not the least is Ted Martin.
It was a first down for Central. They're going to be flagged for illegal procedure prior to the snap. That'll move the ball back to the 20-yard line. Central will have it first and 10 from the Temple 20-yard line. First and 15 from the Temple 20-yard line.
And you will forgive us if we have mispronounced some of these youngsters' names, because I'm sure that some of those are mispronounced. The fact of the matter is they're all out there working. They start in the summertime, too. We want to remind our viewers that these kiddos start in the summertime just like the athletes do in order to get ready for the fall season.
Exactly right, Cliff. First down and 15. Here's the veer give to Benny Jones. He's up close to a 5-yard gain, close to the 15-yard line.
Well, you know, Cliff, the Wildcat football team's kind of always been representative of the pride and determination of the entire student body, and I think that's been true for ever since I've known about Temple High School.
Next week, we're going to talk about the Kittens. Boy, what a fine group they are. 1992 Kitten officers. We'll feature them.
Second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. Here's the veer again, and Elliott Bowman squirts inside and outside, and he's going to take it close.
I'll tell you what, Elliott Bowman, excuse me, I was just going to say, Elliott Bowman certainly impresses me as a sophomore. He has a lot of quickness and a lot of poise. You're going to see a lot of Elliott Bowman for the next 2 years. He's just going to be dynamite, I think.
Tony Lott with a touchdown-saving tackle on that play. Elliott Bowman's got tremendous lateral quickness.
He's very quick, and he's very excited right now. He almost scored on that one. Looking forward to maybe giving it another try here with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Central has it first and goal. And Benny Jones is going to be close to the touchdown. He's going to be ruled just a half yard short or so.
Well, if they score here at this point with 4:54 left in the game, it will be a moral factor for them, and they probably need that going into next week. For the Temple Wildcats, they want to just make sure that they have no major injuries at all as they get ready to go back home in preparation for next week against Converse Judson.
You know, even if they do score here, this has been a great confidence builder for the Temple Wildcats to come out here, travel 4 hours, and play a very, very talented Central football team and really dominate. Kicking game, offensively, defensively. Central does score a 1-yard sneak. That raises the score to 49-20 with the point after to come. 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Give credit where credit is due. The San Angelo Central Bobcats have not given up. They did not roll over and play dead. They have continued to be scrappy. They were obviously outclassed here tonight by the Temple Wildcats, but you did not get the feeling that they were ready to quit. They're still in there fighting as hard as they can. It shows a lot of class, a lot of character on their part.
Coach Dan Gandy's got to be pleased with that effort.
The extra point is good. That moves the score to 21 for the Bobcats. Still 49 for the Wildcats with 4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I think probably we should think that at this point in time you can start thinking, turn out the lights, the party's over, because it is for all practical purposes. 49-21 really does not give you a true indication of the dominance of the Temple Wildcats, because they have really done an outstanding job of controlling everything. Only on 2 different occasions did you feel like that San Angelo had something going very, very strong. It was right before the first half, of course, and right at the beginning of the third period.
Well, I think they're looking to build off something, and I think they'll try an onside kick here and try to get the ball back and get another touchdown. You know, games a lot of times are won the next week based on the ending game's previous performance, and I think the San Angelo coaches would like to see a fine finish here for their team.
This has been the epitome of Friday night football in Texas. You have an outstanding football crowd, great field conditions, super team.
Temple's onside kick team is on the field expecting the onside kick.
Michael Johnson to prepare to kick off.
Maybe a little bit short. We'll see. Yes, there goes the yellow flag.
Now this is going to give the Wildcats good field position once again. I mentioned field position because that first half was really dictated by field position. The ball game was played down the central end of the field. Temple converting very opportunistically on some fumbles, on some miscues in the kicking game, on good defensive play, getting up early, and really taking control of the game. And I know Coach McQueen was real glad to see that.
I'll tell you what you don't want to do with the Temple Wildcats. You don't want to give them the opportunity to be on your end of the field very often, because they have the ability to eat you alive.
4 minutes and 26 seconds left in the ball game here in San Angelo. Temple on top 49-21. They'll have it on the Central 38-yard line following a short onside attempt. Woodson gives to Wilson. Wilson's up the middle. He's got good running room. He's still on his feet. He's turning down about the 21-yard line.
5'8", 150 pounds. He carries 3 tacklers with him.
Well, the Wildcats are bringing in the second unit at this time. Again, those kids do a great job working hard all week. This is great to get to see, give them a chance to play and get them some action. Most of the time, their job is to recreate the opposing team's offense and defense, and they do just an outstanding job.
Quarterback Justin Lee will head the Wildcats now. Temple will enjoy the benefits of a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the San Angelo Central Bobcats. That'll move the ball down close to the 10-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 from that point.
You can look down on the San Angelo Central bench and see that quarterback Ben Montgomery is standing up. Apparently not going to see any more action tonight, but he apparently is not hurt severely, and that's good news for San Angelo Central fans. He did take a hard lick, got his bell rung, but I'm sure that we're going to see that young man next week.
Indeed, Cliff. Here's a give to Gerald Watson. He cuts back, and he's over for the touchdown. A great play by the Wildcats. A give and a good cutback, a good run. That'll put 6 more on the board. That'll move the scoreboard to 55 now for the Wildcats.
That looks like a stood-up body left.
Well, I promise you that second unit takes a lot of pride, and they're really glad that they got that touchdown.
You know, I don't like to use the word second unit, and I'll tell you why. Because they're not second in any sense of the word. They give it all every day of the week. They're out there. They do just as much hard work as the starters, and their efforts pay off. There's a good example of it.
Absolutely, Cliff. You're absolutely right. And many times they're called upon in critical situations to come in and deliver.
Okay, the point after is good by Danny Magana. So Temple takes it 38 yards in 2 plays, an 11-yard penalty. That makes the score 56 for Temple and 21 for San Angelo Central with 4 minutes and 7 seconds left in the 4th quarter. We'll be back right after this.
Cafe on the Square in Georgetown is a very special place. People from all over Central Texas enjoy the unique atmosphere and delicious food. After a hard day, Cafe on the Square is a great place to relax for dinner. Choose from a variety of beautifully prepared entrees, including steak, seafood, and pasta. The Sunday buffet is special at Cafe on the Square. For brunch or Sunday dinner, all your favorite dishes are prepared and served with Cafe's own original charm. Cafe on the Square in Georgetown. There's just no place like it.
Okay, we're back for the last 4 minutes and 7 seconds of this one here in San Angelo. The Wildcats of Temple on top 56-21 over a good, talented Central football team, and a great victory for the Wildcats here within 4 minutes and 7 seconds.
We're just talking about the extra points, Mark, and you might elaborate a little bit about what we were talking about during the break.
Well, I believe Magana's 8 for 8 on his extra points. Excuse me. Yes, 8 for 8 on his extra points. He's done a great job kicking the football tonight. And again, great coverage by the Wildcat team. That's number 16, Warwick Bonds, a junior, in there on the tackle.
You know, let's talk about Warwick Bonds. He did exactly what you're coached to do. He stayed at home. And that's what the coaches continue to tell these youngsters. Stay at home. Don't let them get you out of position. And he was the last man as the pitching line goes, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Central has it at its own 12-yard line. 4 minutes and 2 seconds left.
Uh-oh, we had a little jumping off there by Bobcat.
Number 49, Tim Alexander, I believe, is in there at cornerback, as well as number 81, Tony Bain is in the ball game.
Number 27, Eric Womack in at one corner. Number 77, Gary Lyman in.
Jones, the ball carrier.
Number 79, Alton Berry in.
Second down, 7.
Well, the Wildcats are going to face a stiff test next week, Cliff. They're going to have to travel to San Antonio and play an outstanding football team.
Bowman carries for a gain of 4. 3 minutes and 20 seconds left in this one.
I'll tell you what, as a quarterback, he's certainly not afraid to mix it up.
Not at all.
Third down now for Central. They're at their own 17.5-yard line.
This will put the Wildcats at 3-0 this season.
Number 51, Noah Dunham in at middle linebacker for the Wildcats. The drop back by Bowman, he's going to throw it out. He's going to throw it complete to Ryan King. He's very elusive. He's still on his feet. It's going to be a gain of 8 yards. Good for a first down for the Central Bobcats.
Ryan King's got more moves than Elvis. He put some hip fakes on there.
He really does, but that Wildcat defense kept coming and coming. That's a great job on defense.
Clock stops while they move the chains, and now they wind it up again. 2 minutes and 35 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Temple on top, 56-21. Bowman underneath again for the Bobcats. He's going to drop back, looking left this time. He's going to take it, cut up. He's going to be up the field for about a 4-yard gain. Number 12, Greg Norman checks in for the Wildcats. Second down and 5. Call it a gain of 5 for Bowman. The sophomore, 150-pounder, come in to replace the injured Ben Montgomery for the Central Bobcats.
Victory number 3 from Coach Bob McQueen this season.
Well, Bowman executes a great fake and brings it outside of Revere and gets tangled up in his own feet. I didn't see any Wildcats out there.
I don't know. Mark, I couldn't tell. Was he diving? Did he think that he was going to dive for the first down? He was well past the yard.
No, I think he was trying to make a move on the defensive back and just stumbled a little bit.
Clock rolling. 1 minute and 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Looking ahead at the schedule, you not only have the Wildcats facing Converse Judson, they have Tyler Lee to face. Little town not too far down the road named Pauline. Little one not too far up the road named Waco. All in a day's work, Coach Bob McQueen.
It's a lot of hard work, but you know there's a lot of excitement too, and you know that's it's not any trouble at all to get up from week to week. You just got one big game after the other, and these Wildcats, I'll have to say, tonight's response very impressive. I've been very impressed with their discipline and their character coming back after a big emotional win last week and playing a good San Angelo Central team and really dominating the whole game. Bowman dropped. We call it a half-yard sack. I believe he was stopped behind the line there by the Temple defense.
I believe that was number 79, Alton Berry.
What can you say about the secondary coverage by the backup unit?
Great job.
Yeah, they really are.
Great job.
It's been a long night for San Angelo Central. They just were not able to get it uncorked in the first half, and by the midpoint of the second period, were working out of a very, very deep hole, and they just simply never recovered. You do have the feeling, as Mark, you and Gordon alluded to earlier, they do have that explosive ability and that streakiness. You can see that potential, but not against a team that has just absolutely dominated every phase of the game.
Well, I look forward to following them all year. In their district, they're really the only ones that throw the football like this, so I'm gonna keep track of them, and I think they've got a lot of juniors, and I think that before the season's over, they're going to have some real fine wins.
A few familiar names in that district, 4 or 5A, I believe it is. Central and Odessa Permian, Midland Lee. I'm going to try to set up the screen again. It's going to fall short. Bowman's pass falling incomplete. That will make it fourth down with 1 minute and 2 seconds left to go.
I think they're going to let him come over the sidelines and talk it over. I would think that at this point in time they would not punt. They'll go for it. Sure, they've got nothing to lose at this point in time, theoretically. Temple leading 56-21, 1:02 left in this contest.
And they will. They'll talk it over. They'll line up on a 4th and 10 attempt. Temple's defense. Bowman scrambling again. He's going to throw complete.
What a play.
Number 61, Brandon Waters for San Angelo, just made a tremendous block for his quarterback that time.
That ball complete to Benny Dupree for the Bobcats. Benny Dupree catching that 66-yard strike from Montgomery at the end of the first half there.
I was going to say that Bowman certainly had a heads-up play that time. Showed a lot of poise for a sophomore. He paid the price for it. He got flattened by that aggressive Temple defense. But that youngster shows a lot of poise for a sophomore, I'll tell you.
Well, when you're converting fourth downs and the score is 56-21 like it is, I mean, that shows an awful lot of character about the San Angelo team.
Temple's quick strikes tonight, I think, the story of this night's game. Up 35-0 at one point. Very opportunistic, forcing turnovers, taking the ball on some short drives, taking command early, and staying in command the whole game. Central did make a run there at the end of the first half and the beginning of the second. They closed the score to 35-14. The Temple answered with a big statement of their own, driving 70 yards to go up on top. .53 seconds left in this one. Bowman underneath, drops back. He's going to air it out. And it's going to be caught by Central's 81, Ryan King, down to the 1-yard line. That's a 40-yard completion from sophomore Elliott Bowman to Ryan King.
Pays your dues and takes your chances. That one paid off.
Great play, number 81. He's had a fine game tonight.
Tremendous pass that time by Eric Bowman.
47 seconds left.
And don't you know, with the clock ticking down now, they want to get in for that score.
The referee winds the clock down to 38 seconds. Here's the give. Here's the keep. Excuse me. Elliott Bowman is in from 1 yard out. Impressive drive engineered by sophomore Elliott Bowman. Point after attempt to come. Temple on top, 56-27. 35 seconds left in this one.
Well, that will make this week's practice a lot easier for San Angelo, I'm sure. They'll feel a lot better about themselves.
It's up and it's good.
We'll be back right after this.
One dealer, one event, one price. It's the Johnson Brothers Ford One Price Clearance Sale, where we've received our final huge shipment of 92s, and they're all one price to save you hundreds, even thousands of dollars. Like our huge selection of 92 Explorers, two-wheel and four-wheel drive models, and each one of them is discounted to sell. Or take a look at one of our largest selection of 92 Tauruses of the year. Once again, one price before you even get here to save you money. Beat the 93 price increases by buying now. Johnson Brothers Ford, take the Adams Avenue exit off I-35 in Temple.
Welcome back. Central will try their onside kick attempt again. It will be recovered by Temple. Damian Johnson on the recovery there. And I know the Wildcat defense hated to give up that last score, Mark, but you've got to be impressed with the Temple Wildcats tonight. They came a long way to play a good football team and played extremely well.
Well, they really have. They've done a great job. As you look forward to San Angelo's schedule next week, they'll be heading to Lubbock, Coronado to play, and I believe that's their last non-conference games, and then they swing into district play against Midland Lee. So they have a lot to look forward to and a lot of work to look ahead to.
And speaking of next week, this win over a good Central team will set up the number one ranked Temple Wildcats and the converse Judson Rockets. Temple will travel to San Antonio next week to take on the high-powered Rockets. I think it's been something like 4 years since they've lost at home. It's an unbelievable number. I don't know the exact one-loss record there, but the Judson Rockets have an outstanding football team again. They beat San Antonio Marshall last week. Marshall making the state finals, losing to Permian last year in the small school category. 9 seconds left. 6, 5, 4, and the Wildcats will count it down. And that's it. The final score from San Angelo, the Temple Wildcats 56, the San Angelo Bobcats 28. We'll be back right after this to wrap it up.